Hi teachers, today we're going to be talking about Google Classroom. Now I know most of you are pretty comfortable with Google Classroom, but I'm just going to show you a few tips and tricks to help you use Google Classroom the most that you can use it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is your class code. So when you start a new Google Classroom, there will be a code assigned to that. That's something that you will share with your students and their parents so that they can help them join their Google Classroom. You can make that nice and big by just clicking the little four square. And then the Meet link, we're really going to utilize this a lot when we're using our swivels so that we can do that hybrid teaching. So I would suggest making a grade level Google Classroom for those grades that are departmentalized. So 2nd through 5th grade, I would definitely have a team Google Classroom for you to post in, and I have an idea to help break that apart. So the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is just creating an assignment. So if you go to classwork, and then you're going to create, and you can see I already have an assignment, but we're going to create a new assignment, and you can do an assignment, a question, material, or you can reuse a post that you've already done. So if it's something that you're going to use often, maybe like an exit slip or something like that, you can just reuse that post. And then the last thing is create a topic. So here's my idea for the grade level Google Classrooms. I would create a topic for each teacher in your team. So for example, our 2nd grade team, we would have a topic, Miss Downing. We would have a topic, Miss Kuhneman, a topic, Miss Mullins, and then a topic, Miss Gamble. So that way, when they post an assignment, which I'll show you in just a second, here I'll use Miss Gamble as a sample. Okay, so I'm just going to use that topic. So now, anytime I create an assignment for my classroom or Miss Gamble. So I'm going to title mine just a demo, and then you would type your instructions here, simple directions for your students to follow. So the next thing we're going to talk about is you can add things from your Google Drive, a link, a file, or a YouTube video, whatever you want. And then we're going to also talk about you can just create from scratch right through Google Classroom. But I'm going to add a slideshow. We're just going to use this one as an example. Now, if you are assigning Google Slides to your students, unless it's something that y'all are working on as a whole class, if it's something individually assigned to them, I would make sure that you make a copy for each student. So that way they don't mess with the master, they just have that copy that they can make a copy of. Okay, so I'm gonna just make this a 3-pointer, just really simple. And you can assign it to certain students or all students. No due date, but here's the topic. So if this is just for Miss Gamble's, this was assigned by Miss Gamble, we would just put Miss Gamble. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is adding a rubric. Now I thought this was really, really cool because you can customize these rubrics. So let's say it's for 3 points. So I have a sample one already created. So I'm going to just reuse a rubric that I created for my sign-in. Okay, so now I'm ready to assign this post. Let's think. Okay, so now when you go to your classwork, everything is going to be organized by that topic. So everything for Ms. Gamble would be underneath the topic Ms. Gamble. Everything for Ms. Kuhneman would be under the topic Ms. Kuhneman. So you can use just one Google Classroom for the grade level. And the reason I'm going to say that is because of the linkage to your Google Meet that you're going to use a lot. And we'll get into that more when we talk about our swivels in Google Meet. So I have an assignment already done, and I had a friend go in and do it for me so I could show you the example. So let's say they've turned in their work. Now we're going to go to grades. So I have my friend Brooke that went in and completed the assignment for me. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots and then click View Submission. Or I didn't like how they did that assignment. I'm going to return it to them and have them keep working on it. But I'm going to view it submission. Okay, so here is where the rubric comes into play. So here's the rubric that I built, and I'm going to open it up big so you can see it. I had it as worth 3 points, so I broke it down. So they get all 3 points if all parts are completed, 2 points if most of it's completed, or 1 point if some parts are completed. So this would be really good for an exit slip or whatever you're doing. You could have it worth 3 points. Okay, correct answer, all parts of race, that sort of thing. And then the second one, incorrect answer, some parts of race, for example. So I have a sample rubric that we can use if we wanted one school-wide, but I'm going to just minimize this and go back to hers. She did all parts, so I'm going to give her a 3. So I have graded her submission. It's saving it, and then I can return it to that student. And I can add a private comment. Good job. And now I'm ready to return it. I think I've already returned it to her once, so I might not be able to return it again. Okay, but that's just how you can use the rubric, which is just a really cool tool in Google Classroom. Uh-oh. So when we get into our hybrid discussion of using our swivels, the Google Meet link is going to be very beneficial for our team teachers. So if they are ready to use their swivel, they're just going to use this same link over and over and over again. So if Ms. Gamble's teaching, she's going to be live on her swivel using that code. It can be projected into Ms. Kuhneman's class, Ms. Mullen's class, and Ms. Downey's class, but having them click on that link as well. So they would just click on that link and then just hit join, because they're ready to just join in on the lesson and watch it in action, which we'll get into more details later. So they would just click on join. Okay, so that's all there really is about Google Classroom that I want to show you for now. We can get into more later on once we start working with it, but this is just a little quick tips and tricks that you can use in Google Classroom. So I hope this was beneficial for you. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye.